Good day. It's July 13th, 2026. Only 113 days left before the midterm election that is on November 3rd. And we will take a look at some of the races that could shape the nation's direction come January 2027. I'm Jessica Rolla. Welcome to The Pulse. Two particular U.S. Senate races got national attention last week. And why are political observers and voters from all over watching what's happening in Senate races? Well, it's because the news can make or break a Senate run, which eventually can determine which party candidate can win the Senate seats and control of the upper chamber of the U.S. Congress. We have mentioned in several segments on polling data on Senate races, it is now 4 up to 6 Senate seats that now play that can give the Democrats a chance to switch control of the U.S. Senate from Republican to Democrat. Among those 2 states is the state of Maine. The candidate in the Senate seat in the Democratic side, Graham Plattner, following days of call from fellow Democrats to drop out of the race, had suspended his campaign. Graham Plattner, who according to polls was very much likely to defeat Senator Susan Collins, was hit with accusations from a former girlfriend of rape. According to the lady who made public about the incident, the alleged rape happened when she had a relationship with the candidate years earlier, and that Graham Plattner was drunk when he forcibly had sex with the girl in spite of her telling him no. Some Democrats from outside the state called for him to end his campaign to pave way to a new candidate. The executive director of the state Democratic Party said Plattner should step down because he can't represent women's rights, that the state Democratic Party are big in their campaign against Senator Susan Collins, who women in the state blame for the end of Roe v. Wade by supporting the nomination of Justice Brett Kavanaugh. The other state where a shakedown on a Senate candidate is happening is in the state of Texas. Republican candidate Ken Paxton, who is an incumbent state attorney general, according to detractors, may have actually violated the law at least 6 times. The same law violations he publicly promised to prosecute and focused on, and that is prosecuting Democrats and anyone who voted illegally. But now, according to reports, his opponents are now saying he allegedly violated the election law 6 times by voting in a polling place where he is not really a resident of, and that he lives in another address but voted using another address in his voter registration. Still, in Texas, in an unrelated news, the teenager sentenced to 35 years for fatally stabbing another student during a 2025 high school track meet has found a new heavyweight legal team, now pushing for a new trial. Several high-profile appellate civil rights and criminal defense attorneys, including Texas NAACP President Gary Bledsoe, have teamed up to represent 19-year-old Carmelo Anthony pro bono, launching an appeal that argues his first trial in the killing of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf was fundamentally unfair. NBC News reports. They argue the judge improperly restricted public and media access, rushed the proceedings, and gave Anthony just 10 minutes to decide whether to testify. They also accused prosecutors of reneging on an informal agreement to exclude certain character evidence, which they say kept Anthony off the stand. In a separate filing, they seek to remove Judge John Roach, citing post-trial TV interviews and a public letter praising the trial as fair, despite a sealed case file and an all-white jury. Metcalf was white, Anthony's black, and his legal team objected to the removal of 3 potential black jurors who were educators, per Texas Public Radio. Anthony admitted to the stabbing as a 17-year-old, but his trial attorneys argued he acted in self-defense. Prosecutors argued Anthony was the aggressor, not the other way around. Let's take a commercial break, and when we come back, we will show you part of Las Vegas's 250 years Independence Day celebration.
Don't waste your money on CBD. Now hold on, don't turn the video off. If you're already taking CBD, good for you. You're on a good path, but there's a much better way. If you're thinking, should I try CBD? let me answer a couple of questions that might help you make the decision to even try a CBD product. First of all, let's answer the question, what is CBD and where does it come from? CBD is cannabidiol. It's called a cannabinoid, and it's found naturally in many different plants. In fact, as you see here in the Cannabicae family, there's hops, sandalwood, hackberry, of course, hemp, even marijuana, but we're not talking here about marijuana. In fact, we're going to be talking about hemp. As I started to mention, CBD can be found in hemp, in rather high levels, as a matter of fact. But here's the problem. CBD is not the only cannabinoid you can find in hemp. Hemp contains over 100 different cannabinoids. In fact, in the Cannabicae family, hemp contains the highest level of cannabinoids of any plant, which is why it's the most popular source for CBD. But as I mentioned, CBD is only one of the cannabinoids that you can find in hemp. Hemp contains high levels also of CBC, CBG, and CBN. So why would we want CBC, CBD, CBG, and CBN? Well, as we look at the benefits here from CBD alone, you can see these benefits are great. I mean, who wouldn't want these benefits, right? But let's look at the benefits you can get from CBC. You see, they compound with CBD and offer yet even more. But then let's also now look at CBG. CBG has even more benefits. So naturally, anybody looking for the maximum benefit you can derive from hemp would want CBC, CBG, and CBD. But don't stop there. CBN also has fantastic benefits. So if you're looking for a great hemp product and you're contemplating trying a CBD product, don't just buy CBD. And please, don't buy that cheap gas station grocery store stuff. It's just that, cheap, and it won't benefit you at all. But if you can get a high grade, medical grade in fact, hemp product that contains CBC, CBD, CBG, and CBN, now you are unleashing the full power of your body that can only happen if you have all four of these cannabinoids in your body. If you're taking CBD, you're getting roughly 1/4 of the benefit that hemp can give you. Well, fourth is better than nothing, I suppose, but when you want 100% of all the benefits that hemp can give you, that is what happens if you take CBD with CBC, CBG, and CBN. So now you're probably asking, well, where on earth do I get all four of those? The problem now is solved. CBX4 contains high levels, not trace levels, and this is very important, contains high levels of all four of these cannabinoids, which means every benefit we listed up until now is available to you naturally in CBX4 and only in CBX4.
What does your child dream of becoming? In the I Want to Be book series, young readers follow children as they discover the power of learning, leadership, and helping others. The series of 22 books from Ivory Publishing is an inspiring collection that introduces children to careers, confidence, purpose, and possibility. Give a child more than a book. Available now on Amazon, in paperback, and on Kindle. Or visit www.ivorypublishing.llc.net.
I'm Scott Black. When I was first elected, North Las Vegas was a lot like my classic VW bus. It needed some attention. Now an awesome new NLV is taking shape, kind of like this. And we're headed into a future where we have the best of everything. Stronger public safety, improved neighborhoods, new amenities, and higher paying jobs for working families. I'm Scott Black, and I'm asking for your vote so together we can bring this momentum to every road in our city.
Welcome back to the Pulse. The United States is now 250 years old. Nationwide celebrations were done last week from big cities to small towns. What about Las Vegas? Here's a report filed by Effie Barker, who is a part of our Philam TV news team.
Over 35,000 spectators lined up in the streets of Summerlin on Saturday as early as 5 a.m., wearing red, white, and blue, eager to witness this year's annual patriotic parade, which began in the Trails village of Summerlin here in Las Vegas. Everybody was full of excitement. Families set up lawn chairs and blankets a day before, while some arrived early morning to get the best viewing spots. As more people came in, families pushed strollers, while volunteers handed out American flags as spectators tried to find a better spot. Kids waved American flags. There were cheering crowds. The parade featured over 70 entries with colorful floats, giant eagle balloons, and Disney princesses. It started with the Palo Verde High School Color Guard, followed by the Summerlin Rotary Club and Las Vegas Mayor Shelley Berkeley. The procession continued with a big red fire truck, several car clubs, and various floats highlighting American history, including Mayflower, the Declaration of Independence, and the sacrifices of World War II veterans. Waving the Philippine flag, proudly representing the Filipino-American community, was the National Federation of Filipino-American Associations, Nevada.
Philam TV! Mabuhay! Hello po, tita! Hello po! Good morning, everyone. We are here in Summerlin. We are going to watch the parade here for the 4th of July. And here with me is Mulan. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yes, you did.
And then you mentioned that you live in Henderson. Yes. That's quite a drive here. Are you visiting here?
Yes, in Summerlin?
Yeah?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
okay,
visiting.
so you have relatives here.
No, it's just us. My dad heard about the parade, so we came here.
Oh, have you been a fan of parades for July, 4th of July?
4th of July, it's actually our first 4th of July parade, yeah.
What do you expect that would happen today?
Some quality time. I know a lot of people come from out of town or from different places, and they just come together just to celebrate the 4th of July together.
Right.
I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you guys enjoy today.
Yeah.
Happy 4th of July to everybody.
With us is Ate Claudine and Zaimi.
Hi, happy 4th of
Hello.
July.
How long have you been here in Las Vegas?
Almost 2 years.
2 years now,
Yeah.
okay. And is this your first time to watch the parade?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
What do you
ma'am.
expect to happen today?
We're excited. Diversity of the people
Yeah.
around the world.
Yeah.
Not
Mhm.
only the Americans, but also the other cultures of other people.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
and also I can share it when I will going home because I'm a J1 teacher in the Philippines.
Oh,
yeah.
all right. So you're a teacher here as well?
Yes, yes.
Oh, and with us today is Kuya
Ronald Tiam.
Ronald Tiam.
Tiam.
What does this 4th of July mean to you?
That is the independence of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're so thankful that, U.S. embraces Filipino culture and the people, most especially Filipinos. So we're lucky, we're fortunate to have, having us.
As the parade wrapped up, fireworks lit up the night sky in a spectacular display visible for miles. From Summerlin, Las Vegas, this is Effie Barker for Philam TV.
Thanks for that report, Effie Barker. And now in the Philippines, the Senate trial for the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte on 4 articles is now in progress. The Philippine Senate voted to name Senator Francis Chiz Escudero as the presiding senator judge, and now the Senate President Sherwin Gatchalian. Senator Escudero publicly announced that he will abide to the 16 votes threshold, or 2/3 of the number of senators needed to convict the vice president. Among the crimes the vice president is being accused of is her alleged plunder and misuse of funds relating to the Department of Education's intelligence funds, also for making a threat on the life of the President Bongbong Marcos, the First Lady, and the Speaker, Martin Romualdez. They are also looking at an alleged unexplained wealth while she was mayor of Davao City and before she was elected mayor, while her father was mayor of Davao City. According to lawyers in the Philippines, this trial could go on as long as 6 to 7 months. And we're going to take a commercial break, so please stay with us for an interview with the candidate for mayor in one of Nevada's fastest growing cities when we come back.
We use headphones as a part of our everyday lives. Whether we're at work, getting exercise, meditating, in transit, studying, practicing, or relaxing.
Hi, I'm Ryan Sway, the founder of Aircom. I would like to introduce the world's first wireless airflow audio earbuds. As a festival and a concert junkie, I really enjoy the live experience of being there and feeling the music. When we started developing Airflow, our goal was to reproduce that live experience using earbuds.
The problem with traditional headphones is that the speakers are located inside of the earpiece, literally giving you centimeters before the audio hits your eardrum.
What Aircom is doing, they're the first company to actually address the fact that there needs to be a space involved associated with having the sound waves expand fully.
The difference between traditional headphones and Aircom audio is that the air tube gives you 8 times more space, allowing the sound waves to fully develop before they actually hit your eardrums. And this gives it a much more live, natural sound, just like in a recording studio.
It's real nice that someone actually addressed the physics associated with how sound comes out.
The challenge we had was to create an earbud with enough airspace for the sound to fully develop and breathe. Unfortunately, traditional earbuds are about the size of a jelly bean, and there's just not enough airspace. However, that changed when we developed Airflow Audio. Airflow uses an air tube to deliver 6 to 8 times more airspace than traditional earbuds. The end result is a true live listening experience, just like you're at a festival or a concert. We also added magnets to the back of the earpieces so you can wear it around your neck when you're not using it.
Being that the drivers are 8 inches from the earpiece, the magnets do not affect the integrity of the sound at all.
The orange line represents the frequency transmitting through the wire to the speaker, which then converts to the blue sound wave that develops more as it travels up the air tube, producing a balanced, full body and live listening experience.
Another really cool feature is that these earbuds are sweat-proof and water-resistant because they're coated with a super hydrophobic nanotechnology. So now you can be on a skateboard or riding a motorcycle and listen to music as if you were watching a live show or actually in a recording studio.
We're coming to you for help in bringing these unparalleled earbuds to market.
Joining us now here at our PhilMTV studios is Councilman Scott Black, candidate for mayor of the city of North Las Vegas. Scott, thank you for agreeing to be on our show.
Thank you, Jess.
Let's start out with your personal and professional background.
Absolutely. So I'm a Southern Nevada native. I was born in Henderson. I moved to North Las Vegas in 1980 when I was 10 years old with my mom and my younger brother. And North Las Vegas quickly became my home. I made my friends there, went to school. North Las Vegas is a place that I'm just really, really proud to be from. And I have a wife and a daughter. We have one kid who also lives in North Las Vegas. Nice. And now we have a grandbaby who will be 1 year old next month, and she lives in North Las Vegas. So I guess 3 generations of North Las Vegas in the Black family.
How exciting. And is the mayoral term of office in Las Vegas limited only to 4 years, Scott? Or because I was just wondering, because with Mayor Pamela Gomez Brown. She's not running for re-election, right?
She's not. So you're allowed to run for 3 4-year terms, and whether you're a council member, the mayor, or a combination, which in the case of Mayor Goins Brown, she was a council person for 2 terms, then became the mayor. She was experienced and ready to lead and become the mayor, so she was the mayor her final term. I've been a council person for 2 terms, and since she can't run again, I'm running to replace her. And again, I've been training and preparing for the last 9 years to take the lead as the mayor.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a built-in succession. But yes, to answer your question, she's termed out. I have 1 more term to go, and I'm ready to serve as mayor.
I remember when I met you at the AAPI event, like you had the cards and it said mayor temp. What was it?
I'm the mayor pro tem.
Yes.
And so I'm elected to represent Ward 3.
Yes.
But I am the mayor pro tem for the 4th year in a row. That's a ceremonial position that the mayor selects from the other council members.
Right.
And I've been her number 2 ever since she's been the mayor. And it's been awesome because I've been able to learn and understand what it takes to lead a large city like ours.
Yeah. So you're familiar with the whole process almost. And so I like to ask you, name 3 things on your wish list that you want to accomplish if you are elected for North Las Vegas, or if it's going to happen, of course, hopefully. Yeah.
Well, before I say what I'm hoping to do, what we've done over the last decade has prepared the city for the next chapter. We've really grown our public safety, our economic strength, our community connections, our investments in parks and community services that help and lift everyone in the community. And so my goal is, number 1, to keep that progress going. This is an election that's, in my opinion, not a change election. We're not failing, we're thriving, we're growing and progressing. And so my goal is to keep the momentum going to make North Las Vegas, we have a bright future, and I have 4 more years and opportunity to continue to make North Las Vegas even a better place to live, to work, to raise a family. And so my goal is to keep it safe, to help it grow sustainably, and to make it a place that people can be proud to call home.
Great. And I know, you're mentioning all this growth, and it is rapidly growing and expanding. And do you know approximately how many, we were trying to talk about it, I think off camera, registered voters the city has now, like where you're from?
Yes, absolutely. So North Las Vegas is the 3rd largest city in the state by population. We're almost at 300,000 residents,
Right.
but I think the voter registration is about 175,000,
Okay.
and that's the people that are registered to vote. Yeah, just over half.
Yeah.
Just over half.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know I voted around there. I did for the primary, so and that was off Craig. But
Yep.
like with streets or I don't know, with the boundaries of the North Las Vegas, because I don't really ask everyone exactly where, but I didn't know if you happen to know.
Oh yeah, North Las Vegas
driving.
geographic boundaries.
The
Yeah, so on the western border is Decatur.
Yes.
On the southern border is Owens.
Yeah.
We border Las Vegas on the south at Owens.
Mhm.
On the east is Pecos,
Mhm.
goes up to Craig Road, then jogs over to Lamb, and then goes up Lamb as far as you can go to the 215. And then we have, kind of like in the U.S., we have the 48 lower states, and then you have Hawaii and Alaska.
Mhm.
Our Alaska is basically the apex industrial area, so it's kind of disconnected from the city
Yes.
out towards the northeast. That's about 7,000 to 10,000 acres of developable industrial land that's really driving our economy. So that's pretty much the makeup of North Las Vegas. Pretty large.
Yeah, good. And so this mayoral race is now between you and Assemblywoman Danielle Monroe Moreno, and you both are known as public servants and both well loved by the community. So from what I gathered, so do you think this is a toss-up race at the moment, or what's your feeling about the campaign?
Yeah, we're excited. We have I have lots of support. I'm
you do.
the only candidate endorsed by North Las Vegas police officers, North Las Vegas firefighters. I'm endorsed by our current mayor, Pamela Goins Brown, and my other council colleagues. And those are endorsements that I'm super humbled by and grateful for. I have respect for anyone who runs for office. I have respect for my opponent. She served the state in the legislature for 10 years, about the same amount of time. So we're about equal in terms of years of service.
Right.
The difference is I've been at City Hall working in the community for the last 9 years,
Right.
whereas Carson City is 400 miles away, and they meet every 2 years. And so with all due respect to the work in Carson City, I've been doing the work on the ground, training, serving, learning, growing, and making decisions to put the city in the place it's in today. And I'm ready to serve as mayor on day one. And I think that's one of the things that sets me apart.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Working more closely in the area too. And so we're almost out of time,
Okay.
but we want you to talk to North Las Vegas and our whole audience at Phil MTV, this to the voters especially that may or may not know you, and we want to get more support for you. So this is your pitch. So go ahead.
Well, thank you. So, Phil MTV, hello. It's an honor to be here. Thank you, Jess, for having me. North Las Vegas is the largest majority minority city in the state of Nevada. We have so many diverse cultures, and the Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander community is growing in North Las Vegas. I believe in the Filipino American community, we have about 17,000 residents in North Las Vegas. That's about 6% of our population. My next door neighbors, I love my neighbors. I hope they never move, are from the Philippines. Some of my best friends at church. My wife works at a North Las Vegas school, and there are lots of teachers that came from the Philippines.
Okay.
Some of her best friends. The Filipino community really make up such an important part of Nevada. But in my case, I'm so proud that they want to call, Filipinos want to call North Las Vegas home, and
Okay.
I would be grateful to be your mayor. So thank you for having me today.
Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, it's good that you already know a lot about our culture. Do you eat Filipino food at all?
If you had a plate of lumpia right here, I wouldn't stop until it was gone. You'd have to take it away from me. I love lumpia. And then my next door neighbors, they introduced me to pancit.
Pancit, yeah,
and
the
it-
noodles,
they,
yeah.
they bring over, once in a while, they'll just surprise us with the tray of it. And I'm just like, I love it. And then the ube ice cream, I'm a sucker for that. So I would consider myself an amateur because those are the things that I'm familiar with, but I'd like to explore more. So, hey, neighbors, if you're listening, I want to try something new.
Well, next time we'll have to have it made for you. So, Councilman Scott Black, now running for North Las Vegas mayor, thank you again for talking to us today, and good luck on your race.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful to be here today.
And to our viewers worldwide, please join us again next week for a new edition of The Pulse. I'm Jessica Rolla. Thank you, and God bless your week.